Hello students, good day! Today I'm going to share with you my song/literary analysis of the song Go the Distance by Michael Bolton. This is one of my favorite Disney songs. Go the Distance is an original soundtrack of the Disney film Hercules. Why am I sharing this song analysis with you? It is because you are going to learn a lot from the conflict and the morals of the text. If ever you are not yet familiar with the song, I am sharing with you the links to the music video of Go the Distance and Hercules, and also I'm sharing with you the link to the lyrics of the song. Be reminded that in this analysis, we are going to treat this text, the lyrics, as a narrative text, not as a song. To begin, let me discuss to you the protagonist or the main character of the text. According to the first line of the lyrics, it says, "I have often dreamed." So it's visible that the protagonist is the I of the text. Next, let me discuss to you the narrator of this narrative. So, based on still line 1 of the lyrics, "I have often dreamed," the I is still the narrator or the point of view, the one telling the story. So since it's an I, obviously it is a first person perspective or point of view. Next, let's go to the setting. When we say setting, we talk about the time and the place setting of the text of the narrative. Upon analyzing the text, there's no clear place setting in this narrative. But as for the time setting, we can say that this happened when the protagonist, who is also the narrator, yearns to be appreciated or celebrated. And that is evident from the line, "Where the crowds will cheer when they see my face." So this means that the protagonist, who is also the narrator, is actually imagining his future. He is manifesting his future. Next, let me discuss to you the plot. Upon analyzing the text, there is no clear plot development in the text. Meaning there's not a lot of events happening in the text, not a lot of movements in the life of the protagonist. So why is it that there's not a lot of plot development in this narrative? This is because this text, the lyrics, is more of a lyrical poetry. When we say lyric poetry, it pertains to poetry about emotions. Next, let me discuss to you the conflict or the problem that is found in the narrative or the text. Upon analyzing, I can see character versus circumstance or situation. And I can see that the enemy of this protagonist is time, because to him it's just a matter of time before he becomes successful, before he reaches his dream, as evident from the text. "And 1,000 years would be worth the wait," meaning he is willing to wait for the right time for him to reach his dream, for him to be successful. Additional evidence from the text is, "It may take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through." Meaning the protagonist is never ever going to give up. More evidence from the text is, "No, I won't accept defeat." Another textual evidence is, "I will face the world. I will face its harms." Meaning that the protagonist is going to face the difficulties in life, the challenges that life is going to throw at him. Next, let me discuss to you the theme or the topic of the text, the narrative. The first theme that I can see from the text from the narrative is dream. That is visible from the line, I have often dreamed. Another topic that I can see from the text is pride or ego. Because in the text, I can analyze that the protagonist is wanting to be appreciated or celebrated. So that is visible again from the line where the crowds will cheer when they see my face. From the theme, we can discuss now the morals that we can get from the text. When we say moral, this pertains to the lessons that we can get from the text, lessons that we can apply in the real life. So the first moral that I can see from reading the text is to not stop chasing your dreams. Again, as visible from the line, no, I won't accept defeat. Another moral or lesson that we can get from the text is to learn to appreciate yourself, even if there are no crowds cheering for you, clapping for you. Learn to appreciate your hard work. No matter how huge or no matter how small they seem to be at the present moment. Why is that? Because in real life, sometimes our parents do not appreciate us. In the future, when you're already working, you will realize that not all bosses are very appreciative of your milestones, of your achievements, your successes. And that should be okay because not everybody is very expressive in terms of appreciating your value. Why else should we not wait for others to clap for us, to cheer for us? That is because, of course, we need to learn to appreciate our own value, even if others are not appreciating us, even if others are not appreciative of us. Also, I realized that if we are always going to wait for people to clap for us, to cheer for us, and nobody is actually cheering for us, clapping for us, we might grow weak. So we have to be strong, we have to be resilient, we have to be determined to get our dream even if nobody is cheering for us. Ultimately, we have to be our greatest supporter. Next, let me discuss to you the imagery that I can see from the text. Based on my analysis, I can see a lot of visceral images or imagery for the emotion. But first, let me discuss to you the auditory imagery that I can see from the line where the crowds would cheer when they see my face. So when people are cheering for us, we can hear them, right? You can hear the noise, the claps. Another auditory imagery that I can see is from the line, and a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be. From the word voice, right? This is where I'm meant to be. You telling that when you already reach your dream, this is where I'm meant to be. That's a very wonderful feeling that can also qualify as a visceral imagery. Another imagery that I can see from the text is visual imagery. From the line, I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. Meaning, we can go far. So this is also a symbol for going far. Going the distance means going far. Going far in life. Another visual imagery is down an unknown road to embrace my fate. So from the line, from the word unknown road, from the phrase unknown road, we can imagine the road meaning the journey that is not known to us, not familiar to us. Next, I can also see kinesthetic imagery or imagery for sense of movement. From the line, it's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope. Uphill slope, the hill, right? The slope. So, imagining the hill gives us a sense of going up, meaning defying gravity. This is also a symbolism for going against all odds and reaching our dream. Next, let's go to the visceral images or imagery. As I have mentioned, this text is very rich in visceral imageries. Okay, so the first visceral imagery that I can see is from the line where the crowds will cheer when they see my face. So it gives us a sense of being appreciated when the crowd is cheering for us, right? Next, from the line, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." This gives us a sense of belongingness. This is where I'm meant to be. Another visceral image that I can see is, "I'll be there someday. I will go the distance." This line evokes the feeling of being hopeful in life. Next, from the line, "I know every mile would be worth my while." So this visceral image gives a feeling of relief. Worth my while, meaning I finally made it. Another visceral image that I can see is from the line, "No, I won't accept defeat." So this line gives us a sense of determination or persistence in reaching our dreams. The last visceral imagery that I can see from the text is, "But to look beyond the glory is the hardest part." Meaning, I went through all that, all the challenges, all the difficulties for this dream. So the main takeaway from the text is to be determined in reaching for our dreams. To stay on the course no matter how difficult the journey gets. So there, that is the end of my song/literary analysis today. I hope you learned from the text as well. If ever you have a favorite song that you would like me to analyze, kindly comment down below in the comment section the title so that I can study the lyrics. Thank you, younglings. Thank you, Lit Geeks. Bye!